Hello and welcome to my cooking tutorial. Let's just get that perfect. An amazing shot. How lovely to see you. I'm having a slight glass of red wine while I cook this video. It's a Marks & Spencer's Chianti, valued at around £6.50. Quite good, although I say so myself. Today we're cooking French onion soup. This is a staple amongst French towns and cities all across the area. It's simple, it's delicious, and it takes one right back to one's roots of cooking. So, I'll show you where we start. We start with a humble onion. Now, what we want to do is slice it. So let me just prop this up. Okay, so first of all, I'll do it this way around for you. We want to slice the end off, like so, down the middle, like so, and peel off, like so. Remove, clear surfaces, and you have your onion there, ready to go. Now you want to slice it into parts about this big, equal size. You see? Now, the next step with your onion is to peel it back like that, so you have your individual slice rings, and then you want to put it in a big pot, such as this one, with a low heat and a little bit of butter or olive oil, and leave it with the lid on for a good couple of hours. This is one I started about an hour ago, and it's been sort of sitting away. It's just beginning to cook a little bit too much, so I turned the heat off, and I'm just going to let it sit here until I want to start really cooking with fire. Now the other thing I have here is my stock, which is comprised of beef stock. I've got not a tremendous selection here, so I've just been using OXO cubes. Popped a couple in there, chopped a few carrots up. Looks delish. Smells it too. Delicious. The carrots really bring out a sweetness. There's a lot of subtle sweetness with this dish. One really ought not to be adding any sugar. So this has been cooking at a very low heat with a bit of rosemary and thyme, like so. One can add a little bit of this, soy sauce. Gives it a bit more salt, if that's what you require, which I certainly do. Excellent. And on to the next step. A bit more wine. I really can't tell you how good it is to cook and drink wine at the same time. The two go hand in hand, like salt and vinegar, or Cheech and Chong. Right, now viewers, we've got the onions where we want them, nice and softened up. We're just going to whack up the heat to 6 out of 6 on this dial. The numbers mean very little to me. This obviously isn't my kitchen. I'll give you a little exposition. This is the kitchen in a cottage on the grounds of the estate that I'm sort of, living here for a while, just to get out of London. Other bits and bobs going on, but just having a nice time really. And I thought I'd make this cooking video to make the time go a little bit quicker. As you can see, kitchen's pretty well stocked. I'll give you a little virtual tour. Great. Here's the sink, lovely. Got a couple of nice candles lit over here. Coffee, the pills, wine stash. It's rather perfect. So, without further ado, I'll show you this. The onions are just getting a little bit hotter again. I want to make the liquid evaporate off them so you can see the steam beginning to rise out of them. And what I want them to do is start catching on the bottom of the pan. Yes, kicking away. And I'm just going to move it around slightly, but it's mostly just going to sit on the bottom of the pan while this stays there. Now, hopefully you can begin to see the sort of brownness at the bottom of the pot. That might tell you, but it's actually where we get most of the flavour. So I'm just going to rub it off and into the onions. I'm going to slightly turn the heat down as well, down to a 5. And this might be a little difficult to film, so I'm going to deglaze the pan using a bit of wine. So use the wine I've been drinking. One for me, one for the food. It's my motto. And in she goes. And now, using the end of the fork, we're just going to move that around. Let the alcohol burn off. Smells divine. And look at that colour as well. I'm going to open this up. Hopefully I've got a clean one of what I'm looking for. I certainly do. One of these. That's going to go over the top now. And we're going to pour the stock into the soup. Keep that moving around. That's bloody-licious. Look at that. And then that's basically it. Have a little try for seasoning. Good job, Tom. Excellent job. The next bit's pretty easy. You just rub some garlic on some stale bread or toast. I've got some fresh sourdough I made this morning that I'll use. And then pop it on a bowl with a bit of Gruyere and cheddar cheese mixed and grill it in the oven for about 4 minutes. I'll add that to the video. Maybe, if I can be bothered.